just like he did with Bri.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to break it down and I'm trying to put you back together. Well, you look so beautiful. You look so good. It's like, no, bitch, I don't need your compliments. Ho. Save them. Save them. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talkin TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Love is Blind, Season 10, Episodes 10 and 11. This is our Part 1 recap, so make sure you also check out our Part 2. Today, we are specifically discussing Bri and Connor, Jess and Chris, Emma and Mike, and then a little sprinkle of Keya and Kevan in there. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this Love is Blind episode 10 and 11 recap, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell and hype us up. Because we're about to have a little girl talk convo about these episodes. So we're going to talk about the situation first. The Bri, Jess, Chris, Connor, all of it's tangled in there. So
yes.
Thoughts?
Girl, first of all, Chris is one of those people who only likes to spin the block to make sure he still got it. He just wants to know you are open and available for me to come in and go out whenever I want to. Even though I'm not providing you any substance, any consistency, any real, genuine love, I just want to know that I got it. Yeah. So I'm going to tip the scale a little bit just to see, because he's full of himself.
Yeah, he's a weird one. Like, you know how you could psychologize these men and be like, this, and this, and this, and that. I don't have a full workup yet on him. But it's something. Right. I know, a layman's workup. I ain't no psychologist, but bitch, I know a little bit, you know? But, oh my God, it's hard to like watch him and not try to figure out what's going on behind his head, because he's such a mess on TV. He's such a mess, thinking he's doing the most. But whole time it's the most on the clown meter, the clown scale. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I'm not understanding the delusion, the delulu that's happening for somebody like that, because he keeps talking money, right? Throwing money, 4 seasons, even on that voice note that one of the exes dropped, that's allegedly him. He's on the voice note talking about, I dropped $900 tonight. And it's like, money is this constant theme. You must not feel good about yourself to be talking about money. You get what I'm saying? That's first off.
Or he has money trauma. A lot of people who have money trauma, they end up spending it like they don't know. I don't even want to go into the psychology of it all, because maybe he ain't my client. But but yeah, child, like you said, he is a weird one for sure, and his ego is so loud. He's such an ego-driven man.
Yeah.
And it has stunted
his growth,
his personal development, and his growth.
Probably his height.
He has no emotional intelligence whatsoever. Yeah. No empathy, no regard for others. He is out for personal gain and personal gain only, is what it seems like. That is how he is moving in these situations. And it is, like you said, mind-boggling. It's like, I can't even get a full workup on you, because what is happening?
Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. So it's like, where to start? You know what I'm saying? I can't even untangle one thread of crazy behavior before another one pops out. Because like when he tried to spin the block on Jess, I was like, where does Love is Blind find these men? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm genuinely wanting to know. They need to overinvest in finding good men. The Love is Blind producers, you need to overinvest in finding good men for Love is Blind next season, whatever you have, because it's not enough good men for these ladies to choose from. It's a little problematic. It's too many monsters making it through. It's too many of them.
But the monsters, it's like they make it through because they know how to manipulate. You know what I'm saying? You know what to say, how to put on in these pods to make someone fall in love with you. And then you end up displaying this very outlandish and scary behavior, because trying to spin the block on Jess, trying to go over there like she was supposed to be trying to communicate with you and she should have been talking to you and you trying to give her all of these compliments. It's like, what world do you live in where you can tell someone specifically that the way they look is unattractive to you and they are supposed to then just bend down for you and bow to you? Like, that's not how this goes.
I saw a take that somebody said, I think I sent it to you, where they were saying that I wonder if it's that Chris was just intimidated by her and it was like this money thing, and not that he necessarily wasn't into her or attracted to her, but he just was trying to knock her down a peg. And it was like, that's something that he may have been used to, like, well, you need to do this or you need to do that or whatever, and make them feel like, okay, you know, there's something that I'm jockeying for your approval, because she can't jockey for your approval in her career or in her, you know, having her finances set up, because she got that on lock. You the one feeling inadequate in that. And so this whole thing is to knock her down a peg because you're the quote unquote decider of how she looks in a relationship. Like, you're the decider of, like, is she attractive? Is she doing it for you? You're the only one who could say that. But she just had the self-esteem. It's like, boo. If you don't like me, then I'm out. And the girl was like, she didn't think that he actually thought it was going to end, and that's why he went on this bender. So I was like, it's a plausible theory, to be honest, you know, that he thought he was going to knock her down a peg. Like, are you not feeling this theory?
No,
the theory. I was like,
I think it's plausible.
And he didn't think she was going to leave. And when she did, he was like, oh, fuck, strip club. And now he's just a mess, a blubbering mess. He don't know where to go with himself, you know, because he thought he was just trying to just knock her down a peg. And she was like, oh no, baby, you done lost the whole kit and caboodle. Bye. And he didn't expect it. That's what she thought. Yeah. But I was like, plausible.
Yeah, I think it's plausible, but I also think what's possible is that possibly he was not attracted to her, because when they were in Mexico, I saw a clip that came back down my timeline where she was like, if I saw you out in the wild, I would have thought you only dated girls who did like Spartan races and like was super active. And he was like, it's funny that you say that. That circling back around, I was like, maybe he was already having those feelings in Mexico. But I do think he is the type of guy who is probably used to being in the superior position in a relationship. And when he comes into a relationship with somebody who got it together, and again, Love is Blind is notorious for finding women who seemingly got it together, and somehow the men just, they don't ever come with everything laid out, and when they do, they be full of shit. And so I do think that, yes, he is used to probably being in the superior position. He was like, okay, I need to knock her down a peg. I also think he wasn't attracted to her, but I think that he was willing to try and stay in this experience because men who are driven by their ego constantly need possession of something to feel that way. And so I think him trying to play the fence back with Jess, play the fence with Bri, was giving him those options potentially. But yeah, he's a hot mess.
Like, it's just a mess. It's like you don't even know where to start to unpack it. It was just a mess. Everybody said he was drunk. But let's go back to the conversation itself, though, because even in that conversation, like I said in the last episode, that I don't understand how he was able to hold her attention. And even in this episode, yes, Bri's attention. But even in this episode, Love is Blind picked us right back up where they left off. And we see he's saying to her, I saw you were friends with a bunch of loser guys. I'm like, that's a little disrespectful to you. It's like, it's talking about your judgment and how you are attracting these loser guys that you're friends with. And then also he says something about them being fuck buddies. And I'm like, she's just calmly standing there, like listening. I think at some point in the beginning, she was flattered. And then I think as she kept going through, oh yeah, I think she was flattered. That's why she was all like, let me hear what he has to say. And I think as he just began to ooze the ugliness that is inside of him, at some point at the end of the conversation, I think she realized, oh, I'm here with a whack-a-mole. I'm standing in front of a whack-a-mole. But I don't think that she picked up on the signs that he was a whack-a-mole in the beginning. It's like, girl, the fact that he even
I made that face
that,
because it took too long. That's why I made that face.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, girl, it should have been clear. Like, everybody saw it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody saw it, and it should have been clear. But she was like, oh, I see both sides. I'm on no one side. Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
By
it
not
wasn't
picking a
until
side, you pick a
he was
side.
coming for her.
For you,
It wasn't
yes,
until
we
he
would
was
be
coming
fuck
for
buddies.
her.
But
Right.
and that's why you listen to the early signs, because you think like, oh, they just trashing all the other people around me. But eventually they will come to you because it is character. It is your character. And I'm like, I didn't know what that Andrew Tate stuff was at the end of but Love is Blind purposely, they put that in there. They kept that in there because
for a reason.
they want to
Andrew Tate is a red pill guy.
him. Yeah, I know who he is. But I'm saying, like, I don't get like what that, like, did she mention that? Did he call it that? Like, it was just a confusing last statement and she walked off, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like they cut out something, because I was like, this is just an odd him throwing it out there.
Well,
but
he kept trying to
I guess he was drunk
up
too.
himself. I think he was trying to up himself. I think he takes that as a compliment. I think he is somebody who consumes that type of media.
Oh, yeah.
And so for him, that's why he's talking to women and talking about women the way that he is. Because for him, this is a high value man who can come in and say, well, I got this going on, and I can make you better, and I could do this for you. And all of this just
just talking hot air, nothing. Because I was like, you keep talking about you need a man who can plan this and has a 5-year plan. That ain't nothing but a plan. How are you treating her today? How are you treating the woman that you had? Let me look at the evidence. Let me look at your history, your Rolodex, buddy. The people, are they saying good things about you or no? They're not, okay? So
he acted like one of the people. Yes.
Sorry.
He acted like one of the people who will cheat on you and then say, well, I pay all the bills and so it don't matter. Like, that is how he shows up in these conversations. But very, very, very weak ego. Very weak ego. He's ego dependent, and you can tell the way that he views himself is based on how other people view him. And so it's like he tries to get ahead of the curve and say, well, I'm this and I'm that, and I can do this for you in order to add value to who he is. But he's literally coming with absolutely nothing. Nothing but to kill, steal, and destroy. He's literally the devil. Literally.
Yeah, I ain't got time. Not doing it with the hands.
Yeah, literally.
But anyway, the thing about the red pill content that I wanted to speak on is, like, recently I watched the show Adolescence. It was covering red pill content, but I remember after watching that, just noticing that there were men in everyday life who I had known or would run into, you know what I'm saying? Seemingly nice guys. They were like, I listen to it sometimes, but I'm strong enough to know. And I'm like, this is who it preys on. Guys who, I'm not trying to say nice guys, but guys who feel like they have an unfair shake at life. This is giving them hope. It's giving them, like, you're not the problem. It's society that's the problem. And so Chris seems exactly like this type of guy who would be gullible and fall for that sort of narrative. So I could totally see it. But I was thinking when
he said that, I was like, someone needs to study the, like, Napoleon complex to red pill content pipeline, because that's what it is. It's like little man syndrome, and you want to make yourself bigger. You want to position yourself as this alpha man, not understanding what it actually means to be an alpha. It's like you take these characteristics of alpha and think it means power over others. You think it means being able to self-optimize by putting other people in their place. And it's like, no, it's not that. It's actually quite the opposite. It's quite the opposite. At least in the way where a woman would find it attractive.
Yeah. And even Bri's definition of being alpha, because we'll get into her and Connor's storyline, but it's like
lost. That's why she's looking at probably a Chris, or why she would sit there and
listen to it,
and not see engage into this conversation, because this man is telling you need somebody who's more dominant, and she thinks that's what this means. And it's no, so she probably listening to it too, child. She probably
I know, like, this is what I need. This is what I need. It's like
thinking that it's all about being male centered and things like that. And feeling like a man is supposed to be in this very dominant space in this way, and it's like,
My thing with Bri also in all of this is, why hasn't he been blocked? Okay, if you came to the conclusion that you came to at the bar, he done messaged you at the bar, why hasn't he been blocked? Like, why y'all sitting on the couch? Look, it's Chris. And it's like, so he just has unfettered access to you? He's already shown that he's a pest. He's messaged you once, you haven't responded, right? Okay.
So she says.
Yeah. So this. So I don't understand. They pulled you at the bar. Like, that's a second attempt.
Yeah.
You need to cut this shit early.
Right. And then even her saying, I'm not going to respond. I'm just going to leave it. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to pop up. No, you shut it down.
Yeah.
You shut it down. You say, stop messaging me. You will be blocked moving forward. Do not attempt to contact me through any other avenues.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable. You're crossing boundaries. Like,
in a lot of states, when somebody tells you that, the laws are different in every state, but an attempt to do that again is like either cyber stalking, cyber harassment. They have different, legal names for it. But you tell somebody to stop and they keep going. A lot of times there is legal recourse. So don't just sit here and act like, oh, it's nothing I could do, bitch. Like, no, stop it. If you want it to stop, it'll stop. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like you wanted that marriage to stop and you cut it. You know what I mean? You cut the other shit. So it's interesting. Yeah. She's an interesting one in my view.
It took her way too long to get to that. Even when she had said, why didn't you tell me all this in Cabo? Because maybe the door was still open.
Right.
The door was still open. And even by that point in the conversation, it had gone way too far. I was like, he keeps messaging you because you have proven that you are the type of woman who's open to engage.
Yeah. I think that she wanted her little bit of a lick back. In one of our earlier Love is Blind recaps, I think it was the part 1 of the first drop when they were in the pods. But you had mentioned that you think that she was really feeling the way she was feeling about Chris because when they came into the pods and she came in there to end things with him, he was like, oh yeah, me too. I came to end with you too as well. And honestly, saying that out loud made me rethink whether when he did it, if it was genuine or if he just came in there trying to fuck with like not had an ego hit him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway,
two people playing Love is Blind fuck games. Okay.
Right. But when it happened, I remember you saying that like she is just out here feeling a little butthurt about the fact that she didn't get to have her one up on him and say her be the one that left. It was like this mutual thing. So it kind of made her be like, oh, you want to leave me too? And so she couldn't get over it. And so part of me thinks part of that is the reason why she stayed at this bar so long, because she's like getting her like, okay, she's getting it back what he took from her in that moment.
I don't even think it's that anymore. Like I said, Chris is one of those people who want to put you in your place. And what I saw happening in that conversation is often what happens with men who are like Chris, right? Where you kind of like, you start to doubt yourself and you're a little confused and you're like, what's happening here? You start to question what's being said. You're like, oh, really? You don't think that we'll be a good couple? Or like, what do you see that's wrong? Like you start to take their words as value and you allow them to speak life over you, which is why I think she was engaging in the conversation. It first happened in Mexico where she's looking for the validation from him, right? Like she's asking him, what do you think about us? And da-da-da-da-da. And now he's coming in saying, I think you need somebody more dominant. And I think she just sucked right on into that. I think it was the perfect opportunity for him to display, no, what I say goes and I can make you better. And I think she just fell right into it. She fell right into it. And I don't think it was about getting her lick back anymore at that moment.
Not even a lick back. I'm not saying it in a lick back as in, I guess I'm trying to say it in the sense of like
an ego hug.
I don't even know what that is, but tell me more. But but what I guess I'm saying is that he took something in that moment and she's never been able to feel like she filled it. And then when he came back and it's like, I actually am so interested in you. You're so hot. It's like, you put it back. And now I'm like whole again. Like, I think that's I don't want to say the low self-esteem, low self-worth, whatever thing that she was looking for that filled her back up from the moment.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
Okay, is that what an ego hug is?
Yep.
Is that an ego hug? Okay.
That's an ego hug. And we're saying the same thing in the sense that like he likes to put women in their place, right? And so her looking for that validation gave him the open door to say, I can speak over you. And so he did it in that moment. And so she was able to engage in that conversation further. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't about a lick back anymore. It was about her feeling good and him being able to give her that. It wasn't until now I'm doing the opposite side of this, whereas I start putting you actually down. I'm going to actually put you down versus the people around you, but I'm gonna start putting you down. And luckily Bri was able to like snap out of it a little bit because again, door was still open for engagement. But there are some women who are like, oh my God, he broke me again, and now I need him to put me back together.
Yeah, because I think the way Bri is set up, she's got a little bit of something in there that's like self-esteem, confidence, or something, right? But it's I've talked with friends who they'll have confidence in like areas of their lives like business or whatever, but then in their love life they don't feel confident or whatever. I feel like that there's some level of something that she has confidence about herself in certain areas, and I think that as he started like beating her down, like we fuck buddies and you'll pick these loser guys, and like I think that he reached that, you know what I'm saying? And so totally agree. I think lick back was the wrong word. And so I sent us both on opposite directions, but we saying the same thing. But yeah, I just meant like filling that back up. But anywho, overall, this whole thing was a mess. Let's touch on Jess before we get into Bri and Connor, because he pulled Jess after Bri walks off. He pulls Jess because he's a sad man at that moment, and he needs to feel good. And nothing, what the man said, nothing make a man feel better than a woman. Okay, so he said, "Who's around here that might be able to soothe my wounds and make me, deal?" I didn't want Jess to go over there with him. I think she handled herself very well when she went over there with him, but I wanted her to be like, nope.
Well, no, I think she was open to the conversation, looking for more from him, looking for a real sincere apology. I don't think she was recognizing the devil that he was.
And just like that, gave her more closure.
Definitely. I'm sure it did. But he did it's just like he did with Bri. I'm a break it down and I'm trying to put you back together. Well, you look so beautiful. You look so good. It's like, no, bitch, I don't need your compliments, ho. Save them, because I am a whole and fulfilled woman. It ain't nothing like a woman scorned. The lady that already went through a divorce. She's a doctor. I'm sure she sees just the gamut of relationships, even just being on high care intensive units, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, you can't mess with a woman like Jess. Mess with it.
I agree. And in that divorce part, I had forgot about that, because like a woman, like when you leave a significant relationship, cut the shit for the rest of you. Like, cut the shit.
Rules be hard.
Tight. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't getting through with it.
Yeah, it's like once you show that ass, it's like you don't get no second chance. So much respect for Jess. Much respect for how she handled it all. His old drunk self. Somebody was over there like, he can't even keep his left eye open. Like him over there saying, "You're not drinking?" And she's like, "I'm drinking Coke." She's a doctor, okay? She cares about her health. Now, Coke ain't that good for you, but it's better than alcohol. Alcohol is straight poison, okay?
Yeah.
So
yes. Shout out to Jess. I was like, we need to see more of this happening on Love is Blind. We saw it with Keya, we saw it with Tyler, now we're seeing it with Jess. It's like, and doing it once the signs are completely clear. Like, we're not about to just, and we'll get into Ashley and Alex later, but we're not about to ask 1,000 questions to get to the answer we already have. Like, I'm not about to sit here and allow myself to go through this trauma with you for the sake of a relationship. It's just not happening. So kudos to Jess, hands down. I feel so bad for the things that I said about her in our preseason.
You did call her a cat lady.
I was like, oh my gosh, she's giving cat lady vibes. But no, she's excellent, great. Love you down, Jess, if you are listening. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we go ahead and get into the Connor and Bri of it all?
Yeah. And good segue into that is that Chris, in this drunken moment, he went over there and hugged Connor. It's like, you just talked shit about this man for like 10 minutes, okay?
And about everyone, because again, he said, you've been talking to all the fuckboy losers. Like, you're talking about all the other men in the experience, bro. Like,
and lied on him.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
I believe Connor. You know what I'm saying? I
do
Connor.
Too. And Connor, we trust. Straight up.
Yeah. All right. So Bri and Connor, when she sat down on that couch, I was like, girl, tell this man the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, because you sitting here leaving out parts, okay? She already told me
big parts.
He's like, why didn't you respond? Because I have a relationship. Oh my God. Like, bitch, talk about the time when he was calling him a loser and saying how you don't need him, how he's basically a pussy and you need an alpha man. Talk about that, and talk about how you was like,
And also talk about how you asked, why didn't you tell me in Cabo? As if it should have been a conversation in Cabo.
Yeah. I wonder if Connor, because we know now from this episode that they don't even make it to the Love is Blind wedding. You know what I'm saying? They don't even make it down there. But we know they didn't get married. So I wonder if he's watching this now being like, oh, okay, I'm glad for that. I'm glad for that,
Yeah. I'm sure he's feeling real protected. I'm sure he's feeling real protected. I hope I hope he is feeling real protected.
Yeah, because
he truly
like they might have been
a bullet. He was in love with this girl. He liked the train ride thing.
Yeah.
The fact that she was like, you bring me roses every day. All the things that she had to say about him and all the things he had to say about her. It was like, wow. I thought for a second that I was like, are they going to actually?
I know. I was thinking that too.
I was like, oh, they might actually make it.
Yeah. And especially
I was like, what a gentleman.
Yeah, I was thinking that they would make it because I was thinking, okay, she scratched the itch and she's realized that Chris was whack. And so now she doesn't have any reservations about, was it the other guy or whatever. But I don't know. She just a trip. But the one thing I was about to say too, though, is the two of them were talking like they might try outside of the pods. That conversation gave me that. So I hope Connor's in a good relationship for him. What?
Yeah. Oh, girl, I didn't know where she was going with that hope.
I hope he's in a good relationship with him, because I try not to pray things about people, not being with other people. I just like, Lord, if this is for them, let them have what's for them, as opposed to being like, don't have them with this person or that person, because it's like, if it's for them, it's for them. But if it ain't for them, take it away unequivocally and clearly.
My thing is though, so I guess we can get into this breakup conversation that they had. He asked, like, do you even see yourself marrying me? And she said, I don't know. And so at that point, I'm like, it feels like you need to just let this go. Like, because it wasn't like a one day. She's saying, I don't even know if you're my man or if you're here to teach me lessons. But
she said something like 2 years down the line. I thought she said something about like maybe 2 years, maybe in 2 years I'll know, or something like that, or maybe down the line.
And that to me is too much, because you came into this experience wanting to get married. And so if by the end of this 6 weeks, you're not even seeing a glimmer of forever with me, we need to go ahead and scrap it, because I'm not changing too much more in the course of 2 years. Like, I am who I am. And that's what he said. Like, I'm not about to be this guy that you're trying to, portray as like an alpha male. Like, I don't care about the materialistic stuff. I care about deep conversations. I have these values. I'm worried about having a family and a future in this type of way. It's not that. It's not this hustle and grind. Everything is about glitz and glam. And and in that conversation while we're there, I was thinking, oh, wow, Bri is having a growth moment where she is saying, I have been so critical of you, because she has. And then she does the alley-oop and she's like, I don't know if you care about yourself. It's giving the ick. It's giving all of these things. And I'm like, girl, the house was not even that bad. Like, what are we talking about here? Did you want that man to have matching towels on the oven and mirrors and vases everywhere? Like, men ain't doing that. That's why it's called a woman's touch. Like,
touch the apartment, girl. Okay, hey, add your touch. But
he dodged a bullet with that. She was overly critical. She was critical of him. She was critical of him to the people that he loved, which I talked about this in our last Love is Blind recap. I feel like stuff like that is really disrespectful and a sign that this ain't your person. Like, I don't know what it was about Connor where he just got to this point of accepting, oh, this is just Bri. She's going to cut me. And I guess she was putting it in this facade of like, she's not herself. And that to me, like, you keep saying this, like, I've been like, this is like the worst part of me. It's like, if you're going through this experience with me and this is like the worst, like, you haven't been any better. I know this is a stressful situation, but just because you're in a stressful situation does not mean you have to be stressed, especially if you have a partner who is sharing the load with you. And so if I hear like you've been your worst since I've come into your life, you've been the worst. I'm like, well, I'm not your person. Like, we gotta go. Like, something about me is not allowing you to feel any type of safety. So I don't know what it was where I don't know what Connor was seeing at this point. And why he was even trying to attempt to allow it to go any further.
Yeah, I was unclear about what she was saying about not being her best self. Like, what was it that made her feel like she wasn't her best self? I was curious about that a little bit, but either way, I'm glad that they had the conversation and ended it. I didn't realize that's what was happening at first. Then I was like, oh,
yeah, me either.
They out here. This is not going to happen. This is another Love is Blind couple down. So yes, I was like,
for the good. For the good.
For the good. For the good of the brand, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. And he has said, I didn't come here to teach you how to love. And I love that statement. But then he said, but. I'm like, there's no but after that. You did not come here to teach somebody how to love. This is Love is Blind in order to get married. Like, we're not at this ain't the experience for somebody who still needs to learn how to love, unless it is specifically how to love my partner. But like having a deficit in how to just be a loving person, a kind person willing to share space and life with somebody.
You need to work that shit out before you come on. Yes,
this ain't for you. Go to therapy, boo. Go to therapy. Because Love is Blind is also not a therapeutic experience. And I don't like when people use it as that. Like, Kevan, which we'll get to him later when we talk about this little group meetup thing. But yeah, child. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Emma and Mike. We see half of their decision day, which to me, it's like, Emma, girl, what are you signing up for?
I know. And she didn't even say, yes, I will have kids. Like, bitch, that was not a clear answer. When he said, because he paused and he said, I want to know that you want to have kids. And she's like, she said that's a yes to him, or yes, he want to have kids. I don't know. I'm unclear. It sounded like she's just saying it's a yes, I do. And
it's an I do. Because he said, I also know it's hard or not fair for you to have to make that decision right now.
But he said in the beginning that if she says yes, that means she's saying yes to having a family. And I wrote in my notes, I was like, why is it yes to having a family? And why haven't y'all had this discussion? And why are you putting it on her to say yes or no at the altar like that? Because she could do the okie doke and be like, I thought it, she could, like, bro, take your future into your own hands and ask this girl, do you want to have kids right now? And make your decision now off of what she says about that. Like, this altar, leaving it up to her. If she says yes, then that means she wants to have kids. Why does it mean that? It doesn't. I don't know. But they paused it on him like he about to say no. He was right nervous, though.
He was pretty nervous. I think he's going to... I don't know what that man gonna say after Emma said yes, but the way he said, I was like, this ain't even a vows. This is this is a discussion. Like, I was like, wait a minute, are we having the conversation we should have had 2 days ago at the altar? Like, what is happening right now?
That's exactly what was happening.
But I don't even know. I don't see the love with them just in general. I don't think they have chemistry. They don't seem like they flow every single time they're on camera together. It feels awkward and forced. So I'm confused on even how they got it this far. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Me too. I like Mike though. Mike is funny to me. He's got like a good personality. He make a little joke every now and then. A guy who can make a little joke on the fly every now and then. You can get me. So I like Mike. But he's cool. Her dress was nice. Her veil was really nice. Like during the wedding dress fittings. And so we forgot to talk about Bri's wedding dress. Like, I liked Bri's dress. I thought like the neckline worked for her. I do feel like they could have tapered it in a little bit right here.
Yeah, but it was very much so a Bri outfit.
Yeah. But I feel like
we've been seeing you with this neck thing this whole season, girl. Talking about something. Girl, this is definitely you. It's you. It's simple. It is. I didn't like it, but it was nice for her. It fit her.
Yeah. But I liked Emma's dress, and I look, all of the family. The mom was scared for Mike She was like, I've learned that from you, that I need to just sit down. It's your decision. We're here for you, but it's your decision.
Yeah.
She was very like, both of them, they came in there and they're like, his family is, I don't think they with it. Her family said they were 100%, all this other stuff, but
everybody faking for the cameras,
Yeah.
but them Italians over there, child. And this is not going to work. Like, we can already see it. Even if they did both say yes, by the time they get to this Love is Blind reunion, it's gonna be, unless Emma is pregnant.
Yeah.
Because he want to have kids now. She talking about wanting to have experiences and shared life and extended. And he's sitting here like, the shared experiences with the kids. What's the... And even in that moment, he's like, yeah, I see what you're saying. And I wholeheartedly agreed. It's like, you don't agree. Like, if this woman was in front of you saying, like, I can see us having kids in about 6 to 8 months, that would light your face up, Mike. Because that is the tone you've been walking with this entire experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, just go get what you want. There's plenty of women out here who want to be married and have kids. Maybe you just need to work a little bit harder to finding a match. Hell, maybe you need to circle the block with some people you said no to during the experience. You know, maybe there'll be some other people. If y'all sit down and get to know each other, who knows what happens? Who was your second, your third? Like, go sit down with them and see, you know, like, not even to be funny, but it's not this. It's not this.
Yeah, I don't have nothing too much else to say on them. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, no.
But
should we go ahead and get into this? Well, it's not much to talk about else with the meetup besides we saw that Kevan and Keya, they are meeting at this.
Yeah.
I will say, Kevan, he got like the man boob thing going on just a little bit. Like, it looks like a little raised right there, you know?
Like, got time for you. Men can't
so
help what they have when they have what they have.
I'm not body shaming. If it's for you, it's for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do wonder if Keya found him attractive at all, seeing him in person, which I'm gonna assume by then they would have saw their Instagrams, but he looks a little different on his Instagram to me. So he doesn't have that many pictures. So I was wondering about that. But
we used to call it back in college, call it an oddie body, when men had like a night, like, cause he got some like a little hippie area too when he walking. He got a little oddie body, like just a little bit.
He walking on the inside of the feet.
Something. But one of the things that, like, and I'm gonna do a little social media post about this, because I'm like, y'all give, it's too much on my guy Kevan. Like, the people acting like Kevan was the worst guy ever. He was immature. He does need to grow. He does need to be a little bit more decisive. I think he needs to, like, I said it before, I think he needs to kick up that masculine energy just a notch. When he was at the bar, it was a little touch of too much, like, just, you right. Because somebody was like, oh, what do you do with that type of woman? She pushed me harder. And it's like, what do you do with that type of woman? What, you know, and then he's like, oh, you right. You work hard. Yes. It's like they were like, it's like, chill, you know, pipe down. You over here, Ashley. Because I think it was Ashley. Like, pipe down, fix your man. You know what I mean? Like, get his shit straight. But it seems like he's used to, like, women running the show for him. Like, it's good for men to know how to listen to women, you know what I'm saying? But they also need to be able to balance that with their own inner knowing. And it's like he's lacking an inner knowing, and he need to balance. It was like ragdolling him at that table a little bit. And even in social media, they ragdolling him, and I'm like, come on, Kevan ain't that bad. Like,
he really isn't that bad. He just, I mean, he definitely ain't the worst. He don't even go on like worst men in Love is Blind history for sure, because it's like he's not mistreating anyone. He just wasn't ready, and everybody has been there with somebody for the most part. And what you say in the last one, like, and if you haven't, you ain't lived. And so meeting a man without a plan and without some decisive energy is not new to the dating world. So,
and I feel like it's
people
more and more
to pipe down a little bit, and it's more of them out there than
because it's single moms and all this men, the men abandoning the kids. You can say I blame the men. I can't blame the men.
Anything else on the couples that we covered in this first part of our Love is Blind recap?
The other thing I was gonna say is like on that Kevan Keya part, why wasn't Tyler there? Because I'm like,
he wasn't invited.
Why these hoes ain't invite her?
I don't know why she wasn't
Love
invited.
is Blind producers, what the fuck? Because
Yeah,
they invited
didn't invite
who that
her.
girl last year with the Asian girl who was kind of plump.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name,
Emily
but yeah.
something. She was invited. I'm about to say that was Love is Blind 9. Yeah, she was invited.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't invite Tyler. I don't know why any of them would be there if Tyler couldn't be there, but she wasn't there. She mentioned that in her. I don't know. Could be possibly. I'm not sure. But other people left and were there, like you said, in the last season.
In the last season, yeah.
I'm not sure. So yeah, that is all for this Love is Blind Part 1 recap. This was episodes 10 and 11. Make sure you also check out Part 2. And drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and we will catch you for the next drop of episodes. Bye.
Bye.